Hello, everyone. Back with Link's Awakening. Here I am in the color dungeon. I have powder. Yes, I have plenty. Talk to this guy from the front, I guess. Can't clip in. Okay, so I was going to stream this the other day, but I ended up going to urgent care instead. I was having some pretty severe pain in a very unfortunate area. Where my microphone's working. Yeah, it is. Okay. And I just wanted to make sure that I didn't have like a UTI or something, but turns out it's same old stuff. Just pain for no reason. Yeah, when you pick one of these up, you can just walk along. Fun. But yeah, I'm perfectly fine. I mean, as fine as I can be. Works. I always expect something in the corner pots. And we got a small key. Hold on a second. This is to the left, I'm gonna go right. Because I always remember... I always forget, rather. One of the keys in here. Hello, Soli. Nice to see you here. This is Link's Awakening. It's one of my favorite games. Been playing it for literally as long as I can remember. So there's a giant cube. Giant cube. It is well worth it. Well, I'm gonna die. Oh well. I have a hard time deciding whether I like this version or the original better. Well, this one is more, I've probably played it more. I know a lot more glitches in the original, and a completely different route. Yeah, so there's 3 different versions of this game. There's one for the Game Boy, one for the Game Boy Color, and one for the Switch. Wow, that boss does a lot of damage. I'm gonna be honest, I've never played A Link to the Past. That's one of the few Zelda games I've not played yet. I believe this is the boss key, which is what I tend to forget in this dungeon. So the dungeon that I'm currently in is one that you can do any time between dungeons 3 and 8. And instead of giving you a special item or, you know, final boss unlocking stuff, you get to change the tunic color. This boss always messes with me. Because I can never get the timing right. Yeah, just swing your sword while you're down. Makes sense. As the phrase goes I've said recently, it makes sense if you don't think about it. This is one of the dungeons that I'm not very familiar and muscle memory driven with. Link to the Past is on NSO. I think I have Switch Online, but I'm not certain. I know I used to. Yeah, I'm using an emulator. I do have the actual game, but I've never been able to, like, look anything up directly, so... I have a room to the right. I have the original game in both color and black and white, and the Switch, though I have not been able to find my cartridge recently. App. My gosh! I am not doing well today. Yeah, I know that there's a way to do that. You know, stream straight from consoles and such. But I'm not the only one that uses it. And I'm not sure, like, how it impacts everything. I have to look into it. Guess you're just supposed to stand on the other one. There we go. Then walk off of it before they despawn below you. I'm going to highly enjoy playing black and white release for this. Probably within the coming weeks, because I found a route when I was, I don't know, 8 years old or so, that I can collect the item from the first dungeon, or from the first dungeon, and then go to the 8th dungeon and collect that item. And so I can just have the most powerful items in the game. Before I even beat the first dungeon. That was the color dungeon. And at the end here, you get a choice of 2. Now, despite blue being my favorite color, in hues, always pick the red. Because the red ups your attack, but it also makes it so that you can lift rocks and pots and everything like that much faster. So that's a dungeon that is not in the original game, but it is in the Switch release, which I was very happy about. During last stream, I beat the first 4 dungeons. I'm gonna die real quick. My trade item currently. Mail. Yeah, I'm gonna die real quick. Flashing lights warning. He does that if you steal from the shop and then try to come back in, but I need the arrows. I'm gonna do a little bit of trade quest before I continue with the main dungeons. Currently I have a piece of mail that comes from the animal village. The mail was given to me by a goat. A lady goat at that, and she wanted you to deliver a letter. This guy. You might recognize from a different series. Yeah, that's totally a photograph of the goat that gave me the letter. Give the letter, and you get back a broom. Yeah, Christine is the name of the goat, but imagine being catfished by a goat. Go with the broom, go down here, and give it to Grandma. I'm doing this because next dungeon is right next to the place that I need to trade this in, which is a fishing lure. Yeah, there's a lot of trading stuff in this, but it is well worth it because the end item that you get from it is frankly the most powerful weapon probably in Zelda history. That would be the boomerang, which can two-shot most mini-bosses, take out enemies very easily. No, it's not necessary to beat the game, but if you use it against the final phase of the final boss, you can literally one-shot him. You align this perfectly. Yeah, you can make Link stand on the water, and the fisherman is talking to him, but he's not really talking to him. What are you fishing up? So that's a controversial little item there. In the American and I believe the European releases of this game, you get the necklace. But in the Japanese original release, you get this mermaid's undergarments. And so, you know, there's no questioning why that had to be changed for Western releases. And so that's the last trade item, technically. But I can't really finish the quest until after this dungeon. Because this dungeon has a required item to get through a certain puzzle. If I knew the dungeon routing, like the external routing, I could possibly make it without the hook shot that you get in this dungeon. But I don't know the game well enough for that yet. Because all of the dungeons in this game are connected. They're on the same map, as are all of the caves. And there are certain, not quite no-clip, but kind of escape into the back rooms with broken collision glitches, and if I could pull something like that off, I could get the boomerang early. But I would have to look for the routing for that. This is a unique dungeon in that you have one, actually you have two mini-bosses, and one of which you need to fight 4 different times. No, the Switch remake has like all of the back rooms, so to speak, patched out. So this is the boss, or mini-boss. I'm going to cancel his text by hitting him before he can speak. Hit him 3 times there, and he bails. I'm gonna skip that chest because it just has a slime enemy in it. The first and last time you fight him, you have to hit him 3 times, and then the middle 2 is you have to hit him 2 times. Oh well, I got the anti-fairy stuck. If you're fast enough with bomb arrows, I believe you can actually kill him in the first of the 3 fights, which has an unfortunate consequence of soft-locking you, if I recall correctly. Need to go there, but I can't go there yet. Bombs do I have? Okay. These directional enemies are so annoying. Boy, I won't have to deal with them much longer. And here's the final fight with this guy. Next skip. I always really loved sprite work in this game. Despite its apparent flaws. This is the one item that doesn't come from a chest, it directly comes from the mini-boss. In certain emulators, you can press like left and right or up and down at the same time. And it causes some glitchy effects, and you can shoot your hook shot in very strange directions. If you watch the tasks of this game, you'll see that a lot. I actually do need a good number of rupees following this dungeon. I do collect those. Back up here. Leave. Find, boss key here. Yes. Now you can get this boss key without, opening that bridge. This... Can't. Well, I'll just do this then. The faster way back. And I think there's two ways to get to the boss door. And I can never remember which way is the right way. I think this is the wrong way. Which doesn't really matter because there's a trick you can do. Makes it absolutely trivial. This. It's time for perhaps the most annoying boss. Boss that causes a lot of lag in the original version. Yes, this one is quite annoying. Especially when he sends the fake outs. But in a way, it helps you prepare for the final phase of the final boss. That's the 5th dungeon. As a kid, my least favorite dungeon was Dungeon 7, but now that I've learned ways around the annoying parts, Dungeon 6 is definitely my least favorite. That is where I need to take the scale. And there's a frame-perfect trick which you can use to kind of go around a shorter way to get to it, but I'm not consistent enough with pulling that off, so I'll just do this. The intended route. Anything directly here. This is the magnifying glass. Actually going to go get the boomerang before I do the next dungeon. Assuming I can survive getting there. Enemies just crowding around me at every step. Figures I'm really good at this game until I start streaming it. On my way back through, item from Dungeon 6 is Super Strength, so yeah, on my way back through, I'll go back and collect other song. Only 2 songs are required to beat the game, and so I almost always skip over the second one. Unless I want to perform a funny little glitch with it. I will trade you whatever's in your B button, which most logical choice is a shovel, since there's no use for it after Dungeon 3. Boomerang. There's some stuff that you can do exclusively in the original 2 releases you can't do in the Switch. I was very sad you couldn't pull off in the Switch release. In between Dungeons 6 and 7, you get a rooster companion. One of my favorite things to do was throw the boomerang and then lift up the rooster so you start flying. And the boomerang will just forever exist below you. And you can damage enemies endlessly for whatever screen you're on. There's not much use to it, honestly, but it's very fun. Oh yeah, I need to go down here. Eventually. Oh, hold on. Go in there. Not here. Extra health. If I start here, it's a little sign maze. There's always a maze like this in the old Game Boy games. I also remember one in Pokemon Crystal, I believe. Either that or like the ice block puzzles. This, I believe, is the last one. And from here, I have another flashing lights warning and awful song warning. Kazumi Totaka made some of the most amazing music in Nintendo games. This is frankly not one of them. I am thankful in the Switch release that they toned down the frame-by-frame flashing lights. Lest we have a repeat of the Porygon incident. That they did. Thankfully, Vengeance 6 is pretty close by. Arrows do I have? I think I have enough. If I don't, I can easily collect more. Playing Owl turns again. I believe comes to these little night guys down here. kill one with a bomb, they always drop an arrow. Great way. Ooh. Perfect. Dang. Well, that's gonna set me back a lot. Yep. That cost me a lot of bombs. I suppose aren't terribly needed, but I think it's arrows, just arrows that I need a lot of coming up here. I'm actually going to be skipping something that is story related, but not necessary for gameplay. After this mini boss that's in this little hut down here, you're told to go into the northern room. Where it tells you the history of the island and all that. I'm just gonna ignore that because it's not required. Guess from this that O is required. The LDR of the island is it doesn't really exist. It's just a vision or dream of the windfish. Actually going to go back in here. Got a couple more arrows. Die on the way back. The thing to realize is, in this game, each of the dungeons has a particular shape. And it almost always has to do with the theme of the dungeon. Like, the face dungeon is shaped like a face. Oh, that was an interesting noise. Because I'm low on health, I think... Oh, wait a minute, there's anti-fairies, like, really close by. You can't actually... that. Either. I can get these two into the same spot. Take them both out with the same bomb. Only remember that that's entirely useless. There we go. Health. Explosives. Here we go. Yep, one. I can't remember if I'm supposed to hit the switch there or not. And speaking of flashing lights... remember what those enemies are called. Yes, I do need to hit the switch. That... explosive. I think what I'm going to end up doing is completing the game until beating the 7th dungeon day, and later this week I will come back and beat the 8th dungeon and final boss. Beat these guys with magic powder. Can't. Yeah, I literally can't beat these guys right now. Looks like I need magic again. Not magic, explosives. What was that I was saying about explosives aren't really important right now? Ooh, this. Don't think so. Okay. Both in a corner. I've got the level 2 bracelet. Means I can pick up elephants. One thing you can also do if you're in one of those emulators that lets you mess with the directional keys is this room. You can skew things as you pick them up and throw them at unnatural coordinates and directions. I know there's more Wizrobes coming up. Key. Right here. Where I physically can't beat them again. Just kinda have to let them go. I pull off hitting all of them with one bomb. I'll try this. I don't remember what's in here. I never go this way. There it is, I don't need it. As I said earlier, this is easily my least favorite dungeon. I just don't have as much fun in it. Time to throw. Nice. That leads to medicine. I won't. Picked up, I'll take it. You know what? I'm going to try something. Called a super jump. Entirely possible that I can regret that. I... skip this key, I need to go back. Why I did the save state. Just in case. To do this without killing the star there. If I talk to the owl statue above, it just tells me that I need to hit the chest with a pot in order to open it. Which is a strange mechanic that's never again used. This is why I need to keep the star alive so I can die to it, instead of having to waste the key that I just got. Because I believe if you end up using that key on the door to get back, it just soft locks you. Because I've accidentally done that before. Instead, I use it here. This room has explosives. And there's an owl statue somewhere in the game. Somewhere in this dungeon. Tells you to plant an explosive at the right eye. And that's what that does. Almost got a triple. Oh, double fairy. If you're good, you can defeat that without actually letting him pick it back up. So used to jump being on my B button. Get that. And the other absolute lag machine in the original game. Need to... that thing. Where's the boss? His hitbox spawns before you can actually see him. Enough. I mean, what else would be the final boss of the face dungeon but the giant face? Thing calls the second warp song, I could skip this owl, but faster to just deal with this owl one time. Tells you to go to the mountain, but you're not actually supposed to go there to start off. What I'm doing can skip, which is the intended route. You can skip the intended route. I'm just going to do it because, although I've pulled it off before, it's more fun to go through and actually get the chicken and everything. Here, one of the two main uses of Frog Song. Town just has a grave that houses a rooster. Bring the rooster back to life. As any normal person would. He seems friendly. I can show off the thing I was talking about earlier. For this, pick him up. I just have permanent boomerang. On to the 7th dungeon. What's funny is using glitches and or cheat codes to have all 4 companions at once. Rooster, Ghost, Marin, and Bow Wow. And the game can only load the sprites for one of them at a time. So usually what ends up happening is you've got 4 glitched Bow Wows following you around or something. You might mess around with codes after you beat the game. Go in here. Go up these stairs. Using slingshot, you can, or hookshot rather, you can skip all of this that the rooster is supposedly required for. If you miss it, it costs speedruns like a minute. Maybe a minute or 30 seconds, but I'm just not quite that good to pull it off. Deal with the bots real quick. Just go down here. If only this room was facing the other way, because I can super jump, but I can only super jump upwards. This room. That doesn't get me anywhere. The little skull there, that might be a hint to something. Onto a dungeon that I despised as a kid. But love now that I've figured out some extra tactics for it. Which is this. Enough? I go up here, tap A. Okay, never mind, it didn't work. I wasn't standing close enough. If you just walk into a room with one of these and you tap A for 1 frame, you can basically just turn it off. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna make it either. I don't know why that didn't work. Oh well. Finally. Don't know why that thing does knockback. Like, that's technically like an entity. Read the cycle. Now, them. Do something you're not supposed to do. I do a super jump here. Let's go right past it. Well, that's not what I meant to do. I forgot you can't jump while holding that. I don't have any more explosive. I think I can still get through. At least not the same way. Fine. Lost, but... Oh. Oh my gosh. Hopefully I can still pick that up. Did I really soft-lock myself here? I did not. But dang, that's annoying. I've never had that happen. Then again, it's been a good long while since I played this game. Take 3. How did that even happen? Genuinely, how did that happen? Going for take 4. I picked it up and Link immediately dropped it. The game really does not want me to do this glitch. I swear it's... Even with all of these setbacks, it's still faster to do this. Just a seashell there. Really? Hope it is reflected how annoyed I am with this game right now. The bow and arrow is 2-shot. Boomerang is 4-shot. Now I have enough of this. Assuming I don't mess anything. Which I have. That was intended. There we go, now I got it. Start tossing that down there. Exactly. Go. Some help though. Go back way up here. Go that way either. Hold on. I've got... Please tell me there's some explosives in here. Of course. The quality of life thing they did for this on the Switch is that you don't have to wait through this room every time you enter it. Alright. Well, because that didn't register somehow, I'm gonna have to do a glitch. There we go. Second try. Which is the first try if you don't think about it. I can go up here and just skip an entire floor of the game. I don't know how I skipped a phase there, but I did. I won't question it. Oh my gosh. I truly don't understand what is going wrong. Because I'm just playing this game casually, like I'm not trying to stream it. I'm pretty good at it. The nerves of streaming, I guess. Do it. Hit on either of us. Okay, never mind. You are in his dream. So am I. Now, let's see if I can pull this off. Nope. Sometimes you can save a bit of time there. If you can get the time and space just right. Just jump right out of that hole. Let's get up to the 8th dungeon real quick. Get the Acorn of Shame. Correct. Get save state before I do this. That's why I make save states. I'll go up. Wait, I'm right back here then. Let's lead to... Okay. Hoping I could use super jumps to skip around in the caves, but... Case. I went the wrong way. So used to playing the black and white version. There's a glitch that if I had everything that I'm doing wrong, it would make so much more sense. Because it would be something that actually led to something good. hear melodies so the unliving stone can hear. A little hint. Something you're supposed to do here. But that set of instructions I'm not going to be following. Well, I'll follow them and then won't complete the task. And this is the only use for the mirror shield in the entire game. As I was saying about these stones, there's a dragon over here. What you're supposed to do is wake him with this. Fight him. He can't really attack you. He just moves his head back and forth. It has a unique boss battle sound. Okay, fine. If you can get in with the right timing, you can literally just walk right through the boss's neck. And that's it. On to Dungeon 8, which I will complete another. So thank you for coming in. Always remember, take care of yourself, stay hydrated, love yourself.